The air was thick with anticipation, but no one was prepared for the magic that was about to unfold. One moment, the mall was just an ordinary place filled with shoppers and chatter, and the next, it transformed into a breathtaking stage ruled by none other than Taehyung. His mesmerizing voice floated through the speakers, wrapping the crowd in warmth, while his stunning visuals lit up every billboard like a living masterpiece. It wasn't just a showcase, it was an unforgettable moment where time seemed to stop, and every heartbeat belonged to him. Taehyung's presence has always been magnetic, but this time, he has turned an ordinary shopping mall into a breathtaking spectacle. His mesmerizing voice echoed through every corner, while his stunning visuals lit up every billboard, leaving fans and bystanders completely spellbound. The mall, usually bustling with the noise of shoppers and everyday chatter, suddenly transformed into a grand stage the moment Taehyung's songs began to play. His voice carried a softness yet a power that touched every soul in attendance. Every screen, every wall, every billboard came alive with Taehyung's dazzling visuals. His ethereal beauty was magnified by the glow of the LED displays, making it impossible to look away. Shoppers who came for a simple day out found themselves swept into an unexpected dreamscape. Some froze in awe, others cheered with pure excitement, and many captured the once-in-a-lifetime moment on their phones. The sound system resonated with Taehyung's vocals, filling the air with warmth and elegance. His unique tone, known for its depth and richness, seemed to wrap itself around every listener like a comforting embrace. The mall's architecture itself seemed to bow in reverence. The glossy floors reflected his glowing images, creating the illusion of Taehyung's presence multiplying endlessly in every direction. Fans described the experience as surreal. For many, it felt like stepping into a living music video, with Taehyung as both the star and the muse. His voice, which has been praised globally as one of the most distinctive in the music industry, effortlessly blended with the atmosphere. It was as if the walls themselves were vibrating with his melodies. The lighting of the mall changed with each frame of his visuals. At times, soft golden hues bathed the space, while at others, vibrant purples and blues illuminated the ceilings, casting a celestial aura. Passers-by who had never heard of Taehyung before were instantly captivated. Conversations hushed as people stopped to ask, "Who is this man with such a mesmerizing presence?" The energy was electric. Fans who had gathered intentionally were already screaming his name, while curious newcomers joined the chorus, swept away by the atmosphere. Even the shop seemed secondary as attention shifted entirely to Taehyung. Luxury brands and storefronts faded into the background, overshadowed by the brilliance of his face on every digital display. Children pointed excitedly at the screens, and parents smiled as they witnessed the joy radiating from the younger generation. It was a moment that transcended age. For longtime fans, the event was deeply emotional. Many shed tears, overcome with gratitude for being able to witness their idol in such an extraordinary way. His visuals showcased a range of moods, soft smiles, intense gazes, playful expressions, each one revealing a different side of his artistry. Every frame seemed meticulously chosen to highlight his duality, the angelic warmth and the untouchable charisma that coexist within him. The resonance of his voice, combined with the larger-than-life imagery, created a cinematic experience that no movie theater could rival. It wasn't just music playing in a mall, it was an atmosphere charged with magic, as though Taehyung himself was walking through the crowd. The mall's hallways became rivers of fans moving in unison, guided by the sound of his music. Even those at the farthest ends could hear his voice clearly, like a beacon. The crowd erupted in cheers when familiar songs began to play. Each note triggered memories, emotions, and stories tied to Taehyung's journey as an artist. There was a collective sense of unity among the fans, strangers bonding over their shared admiration for the man on the screens. Social media immediately exploded. Videos of the event spread like wildfire, with captions declaring it as one of the most unforgettable fan experiences. Many netizens commented that Taehyung has the rare ability to turn the most ordinary settings into extraordinary moments of beauty. Even the mall staff were seen quietly enjoying the spectacle, sneaking glances at the screens while trying to maintain their composure. The visuals weren't just advertisements, they were works of art. Each display radiated sophistication and elegance, matching Taehyung's image perfectly. Fans described it as walking through a gallery where every masterpiece was him. The mall had become a museum of Taehyung's charisma. The combination of sound and sight was overwhelming. Some compared it to standing inside a live concert, despite it being a casual shopping day. The synchronization of music and visuals was flawless. Every beat seemed to align with a flicker of light, every note perfectly matched to his gaze on screen. In that moment, time slowed down. People forgot about errands, appointments, and shopping lists. All that mattered was Taehyung. The power of his artistry reminded everyone that music is not just sound, it's an emotion, a memory, a presence that lingers long after the last note fades. Even after the songs ended, fans stood in place, unwilling to leave, as though the echoes of his voice were too precious to let go. The mall's atmosphere shifted into something ethereal, as if touched by stardust. Taehyung had turned it into his own universe. Every smile on the faces of the fans reflected the joy he had given them. The event was proof of how deeply his artistry connects with hearts worldwide. Parents, children, teenagers, and even the elderly, all were united by the beauty of his performance. Age and background became irrelevant in the face of his magic. His visuals on the billboard seemed to breathe. The intensity of his eyes, the curve of his lips, the softness of his skin, it all looked so alive. The world outside the mall ceased to exist. Within those walls, Taehyung reigned supreme, commanding every glance and every heartbeat. The atmosphere was both celebratory and reverent. It was as if fans had gathered in a sacred space dedicated entirely to him. Some fans whispered prayers of gratitude, thanking him silently for bringing beauty into their lives. Others shouted declarations of love, their voices blending into the echoes of his songs. The longer the showcase lasted, the more people gathered. What began as a few stunned onlookers grew into a massive crowd. Security struggled to contain the excitement, but even they couldn't hide their smiles as they watched the spectacle unfold. Every camera lens was pointed upward, capturing angles of his face as though documenting a divine appearance. The hashtag Taehyung Takeover began trending worldwide, fueled by fans who wanted to share the experience with the entire globe. As the final note faded and the dazzling visuals dimmed, one thing remained clear: Taehyung had once again left the world in awe. Thank you, Taehyung, for sharing your voice, your beauty, and your magic with us. Until the next unforgettable moment, we'll keep cherishing the memories you've gifted.
Motherfucking design all right now.